Hello students, today we will discuss about our next article, that is continuous charge distribution. Now we have already discussed in our previous lectures that electric charge is quantized, means electric charge having discrete nature, means electric charge present in the form of small packet or bundle of charge, and the minimum charge that can exist is plus minus E, that is the charge on an electron or proton, that is plus minus 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb. This is the charge which exists on electron and proton. The charge less than the charge on an electron or proton does not exist. Hence, the charge which is present on an electron or proton is the smallest unit of charge, known as fundamental unit of charge, known as elementary charge. तो स्टूडेंट, इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि सबसे मिनिमम अमाउंट ऑफ चार्ज जो एग्जिस्ट करता है, it is always equal to the charge on an electron or proton, that is plus minus 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb. Now, इसके बाद एक और important definition, that is what is point charge. Point charge क्या होता है? Now, point charge is that charge which occupies a very small space, which is very less as compared to the distance of it from the point of observation. Now again listen, what is point charge? Point charge is any charge which covers a space much less than its distance from an observation point can be taken as point charge. Now we will come to the point which we are going to discuss, that is continuous charge distribution. Now what is continuous charge distribution? Continuous charge distribution क्या होती है? Continuous charge distribution means discrete charge is uniformly distributed up to a little space. Discrete charge distributed continuously over a little space is known as continuous charge distribution. Now, how many types of this continuous charge distribution? Now, this continuous charge distribution, it is of three types. ये तीन प्रकार का होता है. Number one is, this is the linear charge distribution. Linear charge distribution. Now what is linear charge distribution? When the charge is linearly distributed, or we can say when the charge is uniformly distributed over a line, then this type of charge distribution is known as linear charge distribution. For example, charge distributed on a straight wire, charge on a circular ring. Now, let us consider a wire of length L which is having charge. This positive charge Q is uniformly distributed over it. Now, the charge which is uniformly distributed over this straight wire, this type of charge distribution is known as linear charge distribution. And to measure the charge on this wire of length L, we will consider a term known as linear charge density. And this linear charge density is denoted by lambda. Now, what is linear charge density? Linear charge density is defined as the charge per unit length. That is, lambda, linear charge density, is defined as charge per unit length. Now, lambda, linear charge density, charge per unit length. Now, यूनिट लेंथ के ऊपर जो चार्ज होगा बहुत स्मॉल होगा, सो फॉर स्मॉल चार्ज वी राइट dq. dq means small charge, and unit length is also very small. For small length we will write dl. Therefore, this lambda linear charge density is dq upon dt. Therefore, dq upon dt. Now, what is the SI unit? SI unit of lambda. Lambda की SI unit क्या होती है? That is SI unit of charge, that is coulomb, and SI unit of length, that is meter inverse. Now, what is the dimensional formula? Dimensional formula of lambda. Now again, that is dimensional formula of charge is, that is AT, A for ampere, T for time, and L, length, that is L inverse. L inverse AT is the dimension formula of linear charge density. This is all about the linear charge distribution. Now, the second type of continuous charge distribution is surface charge distribution. So what is surface charge distribution? When the charge is uniformly distributed over the surface or area known as surface charge distribution. For example, charge on a plane sheet, charge on a cylinder, charge on a conducting sphere, etc. For example, this is the plane sheet, conducting plane sheet, it having positive charge Q Now the charge, positive charge Q is uniformly distributed over it, over this surface S. So it is known as surface charge distribution. Now इस प्लेन शीट के ऊपर कितना चार्ज है, it is measured in terms of surface charge density, which is denoted by sigma. And what is surface charge density? Surface charge density means charge per unit area. Charge per unit area. This is sigma is equal to charge per unit area. Charge per unit area. Unit area. इसके यूनिट एरिया पे कितना चार्ज है? Let this unit area is ds. It having charge, that is dq. Therefore, dq upon ds. Therefore, surface charge density sigma is equal to dq upon ds, means charge per unit area, charge per unit surface. Now, SI unit of surface charge density sigma is again SI unit of charges coulomb, and surface area, unit of area is meter square, and it will be centimeter, it will be coulomb meter inverse square. Now the dimensional formula of sigma is dimensional formula of charge is ampere, and time and area, dimensional formula of area is L inverse square. In this case, meter inverse square, dimensional formula is L inverse square. So this is all about the surface charge distribution. Now we will discuss third type of continuous charge distribution, that is the volume charge distribution. Now what is the volume charge distribution? When the charge is uniformly distributed over the volume, known as volume charge distribution. For example, charge is distributed on a sphere, or charge is distributed on a cube. For example, let us consider a cube. Let it having positive charge Q, which is uniformly distributed over the volume V of this cube. Now, the charge Q, which is uniformly distributed over the volume of this cube, to measure this charge, we consider a term that is known as volume charge density, denoted by rho. Therefore, rho, volume charge density, is known as charge per unit area. That is rho. Rho is volume charge density. Volume charge density means charge per unit volume. Charge per unit volume. Unit volume. Let us consider unit volume dV, and this unit volume having a very small charge dq. Therefore, charge is dq in a very small volume dV. So therefore, rho is equal to dq upon dV. dV. Now, what is the SI unit of rho? Again, SI unit of charge, that is coulomb. Volume is meter cube. Now meter cube ऊपर आकर के meter inverse cube. Now the dimensional formula of rho. Rho का dimensional formula, it is again charge का dimensional formula, that is A ampere and time, and volume का L3 ऊपर आकर के L minus 3. So this is the dimensional formula of volume charge density. So these are the three types of continuous charge distribution. One is linear charge distribution, second is surface charge distribution, and third is volume charge distribution. Where lambda is linear charge density, means charge per unit length, and sigma is surface charge density, means charge per unit area, and this rho is volume charge density, means charge per unit volume. So students, this is all about our today's lecture, that is continuous charge distribution. Thank you very much.